Are you ready to expand your life and reality? Join us for the next hour with Jamie Bates as she shares life-changing thoughts, techniques, and awarenesses to help you expand your reality.
Hello and welcome. I am Jamie Bates, consciousness facilitator and expander of realities. My mission with my radio show is to create greater awareness of what is possible and to expand you beyond the limitations of this reality. I am grateful that you're joining me today. And today I want to talk about living your greatest expression. You being here right now in this moment, in this most powerful time of transformation, is such an amazing, miraculous thing. You are here right now for a reason. Your embodiment did not happen by accident, okay? You are here for a reason. You have a purpose. Align yourself with that path and take your life to the next level. Live in that greatest expression of you. Today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about really, truly aligning ourselves with that greatest expression. We're going to do some clearings, getting some of that energy out of there. Some of that, we're going to talk about some of that stuff that is truly stopping you from living your greatest expression. And we're going to clear some energy around some of that stuff that's holding, some of that polarity that's holding that stuff in place and keeping you looping, and whatever you're looping in right now that is preventing you from truly living your greatest expression. It's time, you guys. It's truly time that we really embraced who we are, what we came here to do, uh, who we be. I've been sharing so much information about this lately, especially in my free group, The Conscious Empath. I did a Facebook Live on Sunday, and I talked about a lot of really, truly what kind of prevents us from, well, number one, I think I talked mostly about uh, who we are as empaths and how every single one of us has a path, or has a path, of course, but also has a certain gift we bring through to the world, right? And that includes all of those things that we have experienced in this life. And I know many of you have experienced lots of not comfortable, terrible, awful things in your embodiment existence, especially in this lifetime, right? And I know sometimes it's very difficult to look at that kind of stuff and think, how can I ever move forward? How can I ever move on? How can I ever go beyond this? Because every time you think about it, it's painful and it hurts and it's terrible and awful, right? And I was talking about in the Facebook group, The Conscious Empath. If you're not part of it, you should join us. It's a free group where I share just lots of extra tips and tools, and we have lots of discussions about lots of different things. But truly, how being embodied and being here right now, and how energy and awareness works, but really, truly, how a lot of what we hold on to truly keeps us from living that greatest expression of who we truly could be, right? Keeps us looping in those past energies, those past traumas, um, that really truly stop us from living our greatest expression, and how we attract things based on those energies that we are holding on to, how we continue to recycle those same past experiences and new future experiences, and how important it really truly is to get out of those energies so you can truly live your greatest expression. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about truly how we can move beyond, how we can stop that crazy mind chatter, how we can really start honoring ourselves first, how we can stop allowing other people to bring us down with their choices and their energies and their attitudes, right? And how we can really truly step into our greatest expression of who we came here to be, and really embrace the power and the amazingness and the wonderful, true miracles that we are as embodied beings. Yeah, let's breathe that in for a moment. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about living our greatest expression and truly honoring ourselves, because that is such an amazing commitment. Being here is a big commitment already, right? Being embodied right now in this time and space is already a huge commitment that you have taken on as a being. So let's learn how to honor our greatest expression and step into that with ease. So let's start today by taking some nice deep breaths. Let's put our barriers down, our barriers down, our barriers down, our barriers down. And let's go ahead and expand out and take a nice deep breath and go ahead and make yourself as big as the building that you're in. If you're at home, if you're at work, whatever, expand out as big as the building that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. Nice deep breath and go ahead and expand out as big as the city that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. Nice deep breath. Remember, we're just expanding out our beings, not our bodies, allowing that energy, space, and consciousness of who we be to expand out as big as we truly be. And this really just gives us the space of us, right? Because we are a being first and we have a body and our body is inside of our being. So as we expand out our being, gives us more space to be able to access our programming, our belief systems, all of that stuff that's keeping us looping energetically, so we can really truly make those shifts and change. So go ahead and expand out as big as the, I think we said state. Let's do as big as the, maybe we didn't. Let's just do as big as the state that you're in. Yeah, all the way out, all the way down, and all the way up. And as big as the country that you're in, all the way out, and all the way down, and all the way up. Nice deep breath. And as big as the planet that we're all on, as big as planet Earth, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster. And the universe. And the multiverse, multiple universe. Times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, times that by million. All the way out to the space of who you be as the infinite being that you be. Yeah, nice deep breath. And let's just settle into this space for a moment. Just really give yourself the space to just really settle all the way in to the space of who you be as the infinite being that you be. I'm not even really sure if we can actually totally perceive this space of how much space as an infinite being we truly do have available to us. Yeah, breathe that in for a moment. So today we're going to talk about living your greatest expression. So today let's look at what is everything that is preventing you from living your greatest expression. Let's just pull all that energy up and everything all of that is. Nice deep breath, breathe it all the way in. All of that, 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 everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. We're just going to clear that out of there energetically. We're just releasing and unwinding and clearing out that energy, everything that is stopping you from living your greatest expression. This is just a consciousness clearing to give you more space. So again, let's ask that question again. What is everything that is preventing you from living your greatest expression? Yeah, everything, all of that is. And all of that, 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 everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And all you have to say is, I choose that now, and we're just going to vaporize, 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 vaporize. I'm just going to vortex this through for a moment. So when we look at everything, when I ask that question, some of the things I'm aware of that I know that keeps us from living our greatest expression, number one is that crazy mind chatter right? That crazy constant thoughts of I'm not good enough, or how do I compare to others, or I can't do that, or I can't choose that, or I can't have that, or that will never happen for me, right? All of that crazy mind chatter that is constantly telling you you can't have that, you can't choose that. You know, the thing about that constant mind chatter is it's literally there as a program to stop you from really truly living your greatest expression. Okay, it's there to loop you back into that mediocrity that we all live in this world, right? It's part of the system to keep you from out creating the main power creators in this world, right? But the thing is that the script is changing as we are awakening and transforming and really stepping into more power and more awareness. We're understanding that, you know what, even the people that are running this nation right now, they're no more better or smarter or greater or more wonderful than you are. Just feel that for a moment. The people who are doing the amazing, wonderful things that you desire to do in your own life are no more better or greater or smarter than you are. They just have gone beyond that crazy mind chatter. And instead of aligning and agreeing with that, right? Instead of going, yeah, you're right, I can't have that, or you're right, I can't choose that, or you're right, I am not as smart as them, or I can't, whatever. Instead of listening to that crazy mind chatter, they kept on keeping. That's not even a word. They kept on going. I don't know why that just came out. They kept on going, right? They kept on moving. They kept on choosing. They didn't stop. They didn't allow those crazy mind chatter thoughts to defeat their inner being. Yeah, everywhere you're allowing those crazy mind chatter thoughts to stop you and prevent you and really stifle your growth and uh, make you stop moving forward. Everything all of those are, and everything all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that? Yeah, from all of your universes. And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. I'm just going to vortex that out for a moment. The people who are doing the exact same thing that you desire to do, that your greatest expression would love to be living and doing and choosing, are no more greater than you are. They have just gone beyond the I can'ts. And they have stopped comparing themselves to others, because really there's no comparison, okay? We're all here on our own unique vibration. And you know what? There are people that do things that are very similar to what you're going to do, but no one is you. No one is going to touch the lives that you're going to touch. You know, when somebody says to me, "Oh, well, there's other people that do that too," and I tell them, well, you know what? There's not one person in this whole world that is going to heal every single person in this world, right? There's like 9 billion people on this planet. Maybe there's not that many anymore. Maybe it's the number has lessened a bit, but there's still billions of people on this planet. No one is going to serve every single person on this planet. Who you are is required. Breathe that in for a moment. Who you are is needed on this planet. There's a place and a space for every single one of us. You know, if we believe in a higher power in any way, shape, or form, whatever it is that you believe in for yourself, you can't even say that you believe in something higher, some sort of higher power than you, and then say that your life doesn't matter. The reason that you are here is very deliberate. You are not here in this powerful time for no reason. you are required, you are valuable, and you are needed. So with that thought, one of the things that is really important to start really truly living your greatest expression is to really honor yourself. You have to start honoring yourself, and you really have to start honoring yourself over others. And, when I say honoring yourself over others, like honoring yourself first, right? But that doesn't mean, if you're a parent, you don't let your kids run wild in the streets, right? It doesn't mean that you just stop being, things for other people, right? But it does mean that you have to really look at your patterns, your path, your choices, your decisions, your expression, and you have to start really caring and taking care of what you require before you can truly care for others. You have to stop allowing other people to come into your life and bring you down, and understand that, you don't know where other people are functioning. None of us have complete and total awareness of what other people have been through, or what their life has looked like, or what their path has, completely been. I mean, we can receive certain things about people and where they're functioning at, like currently. Often you can receive where people are functioning at currently, but there's no possible way that you can ever truly know exactly, someone's intentions, or where they're coming from, or, why they're choosing the things that they choose. All you really need to know is if it works for you or not. If someone's coming into your life and you feel like they're bringing you down, and they're, raining on your parade, and they're bringing all kinds of negativity in your life, you have to honor yourself first. You have to be able to look at where they're at and say, you know what? I'm sorry, but where you're functioning and what's going on for you just really truly doesn't work for me. Because we have to break this cycle of making other people wrong, right? And, calling people out and saying, you're being this and that and this and that, and making them wrong and telling them they have to change, that's one of the things we've been talking a lot about in the Conscious Empath and the free Facebook group is, what other people choose has absolutely positively nothing to do with you. You have to stop allowing people to come into your space and tell you how to live, tell you what to do, tell you what to choose, ignite upset. You have to honor yourself first. One of the things I'm seeing as a pattern for a lot of us empaths is I see a lot of people posting things like, this is so hard, everyone is draining me, so many things are happening around me. And there comes a certain place where you have to shift that too. You have to stop contributing energy to the space that you're in right now. Stop, watering that field or that plant of this keeps happening to me. And you have to start looking at that from the perspective of, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep attracting people into my field that are, perpetrating these patterns? And what is it going to take for me to change these patterns? This is why I love consciousness clearings, you guys. This is really truly why I love to do consciousness clearings, because if I can look at something that is a pattern that keeps showing up in my life, especially if it's like a person that's coming in and making me feel bad about my life, or if it's a if someone is coming in and doing something terrible or awful, right? I can look at that and say, what is everything that I am holding on to that is creating this pattern in my life? Yeah, right? It gives it a whole new meaning, because then you can just clear out that energy. And instead of making it really significant, instead of harping and focusing on, this keeps happening, this keeps happening, this keeps happening, when you start inquiring and you start really looking at, hey, what is it about me? What is it about what I'm holding on to that keeps creating this in my life? Like, I don't like this. I'm over it, right? When you start using dialogue like that, you start saying things like, I don't want to choose this anymore. I don't want this to show up in my life anymore. I don't want to be this space anymore. you start giving more space and possibility for something better and easier and more wonderful and more amazing to show up. And when you start clearing out those energies, you actually get to have a new possibility. Breathe that in for a moment. And this is where the honoring yourself first comes in, right? Instead of projecting and looking at who's around you and what they're doing and what they're choosing and making them wrong for being that space, you go inside. You go inside of yourself and say, what is it that I'm holding on to that is actually truly creating this experience repeatedly showing up in my life? And how in the world do I get rid of it or change it or do something different to create something different? Take a nice deep breath. That is truly honoring yourself first. Inquiring, being curious about why something is being created in your life. Your job is to honor you, honor your purpose here, honor your inner knowing, honor your being, honor who you be. It's not about trying to figure out why everyone else is the way that they are and why people are crappy and why people choose stupid things. And it doesn't matter. It's not yours. Take a nice deep breath. You know, we've all gotten a bit sidetracked at some point in our reality, at some point in our world. We've all made not so great decisions, right? Every single one of us. No one is exempt from being sidetracked or making not so great decisions, right? Everyone has, made a bad choice in relationship. Everyone has, made a bad choice, and maybe you married the wrong person. Maybe you bought the wrong house. Maybe you chose the wrong job. But you know what? There's always new choices. There's always new possibilities. There's always new energies available. If you're feeling like you are stuck in the heavy and hard in your life, it's only because you're not living in that greatest expression of you. Take a nice deep breath. So let's ask that question again. What is everything that is preventing you from living your greatest expression? Take a nice deep breath, and everything, all of that is. And all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. You know, one of the things that I love about doing consciousness clearings is knowing that, like, I might not know everything that's preventing me from living my greatest expression. Like, I might not know that. I might not know every single thing I'm programmed with, or all the belief systems I'm aligned with, or all of the choices I've made that are preventing me from living my greatest expression. But when I ask that question and I bring up that energy, every time I do it, it's clearing more and more of those decision points and reference points and ideas and information that is truly preventing me from living my greatest expression. You know, this is an ask and receive universe. When you ask a question of the universe responds energetically. And when you make a conscious choice to release yourself from something, the universe has to respond. Take a nice deep breath. That's what I love most about doing consciousness clearings and doing consciousness work is you don't have to necessarily know 100% what is stopping you, preventing you, clogging up your field. You just have to have the willingness and the desire to change your life, to live in something different. You just have to have the desire to look at what's showing up right now and go, you know what? This isn't actually working for me. This doesn't actually create the most for me. I desire change, but I don't have maybe even any idea where to start. This is where you start, within the consciousness clearings, because here's where you're going to remove that energy, where you're going to remove that space that's going up against you, and you're going to actually be able to see that you do have more choices and more possibilities when you clear all that energy fog from in the way. And also, it's really good to help you even stop that constant crazy mind chatter as well, really give you a new space of something greater. So when we look at living our greatest expression, some of the things that I'm always telling my clients is, one of the things that we have to really get into the conscious habit of is stopping talking about that stuff that you hate all the time and really spending a majority of your day in the energy that you desire to create your life as. Right? Like if I want to live a happy and joyful and amazing expression of me, I have to stay in, invoking things that make me feel happy. I have to stay in the space of, choosing things that create joy in my life. I have to make that conscious choice every single day to be in the space that I desire to create, not in the space that I hate. And I know that that takes a lot of focus. And I know that that takes a lot of being really conscious present, right? It takes a lot of conscious presence to really truly be able to break the habit, because we get in the habit of thinking negative. We get in the habit of constantly talking about what we hate about our day and how terrible things worked out and how awful people are. It's really easy to do, but it's also just as easy to be positive. It's also just as easy to think about positive things. It's also just as easy to look around you and see all of the amazing, wonderful, grateful, awesome things that this planet has to offer us. It really truly is a mindset shift. You have to make that mindset shift. When you want to live your greatest expression, you truly have to start looking at every single day, doing things like practicing gratitude. If you've never practiced gratitude, I have a show about gratitude. I guess when was it? It was December of last year, 2019. I did a 30 days of gratitude series, which I'm in the process of converting over right now to a autoresponder email, because getting into the practice of gratitude, because gratitude really truly is a practice. It's something that you have to consciously choose every single day in order to really live in that space. It's something that just becomes, just like your negative mind chatter is, gratitude is kind of the same way. It's like you have to program yourself to be grateful and to auto respond in gratitude instead of auto responding in that negative energy. But getting up every morning and being grateful for things like the great night of sleep that you had, the wonderful bed you had to sleep on, the warm covers that you could cover yourself in, the running water that comes out of your tap when you brush your teeth, the shower when you get to take a warm shower. These are the things that when you start practicing being thankful for those things as those things are going on, opening up your refrigerator and having food to eat, looking in your pantry and having your favorite snack, those things, all of those things add up to reprogramming yourself. When you get into that gratitude mindset, when you get into that positive mindset, it makes it way easier to live in your greatest expression than ever before. Another thing too I wanted to talk about today was really, I know that many of us, I think I started talking about this at the beginning of the show, many of us have lived some pretty traumatic, terrible things that have happened to us, right? And I know that it's difficult to let that energy go. It's difficult to let those spaces go, especially if you've had something that's really traumatized you. And I know that, especially as the Conscious Empath free group grows, we're hearing from a lot of different people and some of the terrible, awful things that they experienced this lifetime in particular. And I know that it's very hard to let go of those things that have happened to you. And I don't want to say that letting go doesn't mean that you forget, okay? It doesn't mean that it's not part of your existence anymore. I'm talking about releasing the charge. So when you think about it, it doesn't create an emotional reaction in your body anymore. To truly live your greatest expression is to really truly let go of that charge. So again, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen to you. I talk about my past a lot, just because I know that many of us grow from learning about other people's experiences, and potentially what you experienced is something that you have to start sharing with the world, because maybe it's going to help other people. Maybe it's going to inspire change in other people. Maybe that's part of living your empowered, best life, is really truly to be able to share that. But the thing is you have to let go of that, of the charge of it. You have to release the charge of it. So you have to really, if whether you find my tools work for you to help you release yourself from that energetic charge, or you find something else that helps you to release yourself from that energetic charge, in order to live your greatest expression, you can't move forward with that charge from your past. Okay. So if you're still feeling that emotional charge about anything that's happened to you in the past, you have to find a way to release and unwind that for yourself, so you can truly step into the energy that you're meant to be in, because you can't move forward and live your greatest expression if you're still holding on to that crap, those old, painful memories that are preventing you from truly living in your greatest expression. And again, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen to you and that it wasn't awful and terrible and yeah, just awful, I guess, is only the word I can say here. But what it does mean is it no longer energetically affects you, like it. And it doesn't mean that that it didn't happen. It just means that it no longer energetically affects you, where it's no longer creating energy in your field. Now, again, I talked about, I did a Facebook Live on Sunday just recently, and the Facebook group, where I talked about how holding on to the things that have quote unquote happened to us really creates like a resistance in our life, and that just attracts more of that energy to us, right? And it just creates just a terrible looping cycle that keeps us looping in the same energies over and over and over. And if you want to live your greatest expression, if you truly want to be the space that you came here to be, you have to let go of those old loops so you can move forward and live in the greatest expression of you. I'm really, on Monday, I did a live call in the new Consciousness Clearing Club, which I'm excited about. That's just recently launched. It's only $11 a month, and you can be part of the Consciousness Clearing Club. It does include one live call with me every single week. We are doing Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you get a live call with me. But I also I'm going to pop in here and there. I'm not going to keep it on a schedule. I'm just going to pop in when the time feels right, and I'm going to be doing extra clearings. And so on Monday of this week, I just did a clearing call about clearing judgment, and the places where we get looped back into, aligning with judgment. So again, you can join the Consciousness Clearing Club. It's only $11 a month. You get that free live call with me every single week, plus additional Facebook Lives whenever I feel the pull to do it. I can't guarantee it'll be every week. Maybe some weeks it might be 2. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But as the group grows, I'm super excited. I would love to have you join me. You can get more details at Jamie, Jamie-Bates, Bates.com. And it's under Clearing Club. And again, only $11 a month or $111 for the whole year to join us to get information and consciousness clearings to truly change your life. You guys, it's time. It's time, every single one of us, if you're listening to this show, it's time that you step into the purest expression of who you be. It's time that we start really honoring the vibrations that are coming through, and really truly allowing those vibrations to really permeate all of the spaces of who we are, because these vibrations are coming through to lead you to your greatest expression. And it's time to jump into the alignment with that. So the more space you have, the less significant you are making those around you, the more you are just stepping into being space, being possibilities, allowing the universe to guide you, the greater expansion of who you be is going to become available. I am grateful that you guys have been sharing with me how much you've been learning and shifting and changing. I am so grateful. I love to hear how my show is helping you in particular. So if you would like to send me an email or even connect with me on Facebook, Again, my Facebook group is The Conscious Empath. My Facebook page is also called The Conscious Empath, or you can email me at Jamie, Jamie, at Jamie, Bates, BATES.com. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I look forward to helping you step into your greatest expression soon. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You have been listening to Expand Your Reality with your host, Jamie Bates. Thank you for listening.